Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Super Thursday. This week's segment is This or That, featuring
Joshua
and myself, Baylee. But before we even dip into that, I think Josh has something he would like to say.
With school starting up next week, I would want to bring a warm welcome to the fresh years that are becoming into the graphic design program. This is going to be a fun experience, a lot of opportunities you're going to have, learn a lot of things within the program, and yeah.
Super exciting. You guys get to learn so many cool different things and how to put your ideas into reality.
Yeah.
So starting on the topic of digital and analog art, I would like to preface by saying I am more of a hand-rendered painting, drawing kind of gal. I like the tangible aspect of it. I think that in my eyes it's just more fun. Like one comparison I can make right off the bat is with digital art. You don't get to mix paint. Like I like to mix paint. I like to make a mess. I think that's fun. I think that's the fun part of it. And I don't know. It's just that's what I like about it. How about you?
I'm more of a digital person. When I started, I like the technical side of it, everything like Illustrator, Photoshop, Fresco, and I just not really hand rendered. Like I feel like I can do a couple sketches here and there, and then I see my thought of what I want, and then I take it to the technical side, and I just
And kind of playing into that, I think it's funny because here in the program at CVCC, before a lot of our projects, before we even begin them, we brainstorm, we do all this and that, and I just think it's kind of crazy because some people will further develop their thumbnails and ideation and roughs like myself, whereas like Josh, he could literally just draw like a smiley face on the paper and like take it into Fresco or wherever and do whatever with it. But I don't know, I just have to actually draw it out. Like I have to know what I want before I even start. I just can't pull it in straight away.
Yeah.
Which I think is amazing. I think that's a gift. Like I'm glad some people can do it. And then another really cool tool that we have within the classroom is a Wacom tablet, and then we also have a full set of iPads that the class can use at any time, which I think is amazing because that's probably another challenge that is faced with like digital art and stuff, is that most kids or whoever may not have the full access to it. So us being able to experiment and like play around with these different things, I think is really, really cool. And also it's just we're learning like some cool stuff that others may not.
With my experience, I actually enjoy the tablets better. Preferably like the iPads. Whenever we started like learning within the iPad, I was like, I kind of want one for like my projects. And then when I got one, I did all my projects within the iPad. And then there's some features that are not on the iPad, of course.
You, right?
Yeah, it transformed me a lot.
Turned you into a digital person.
Yeah. But also I enjoy the Wacom tablets a lot too, because I can just hook it up to the computer and just draw on from the computer and take all the features that are still on the computer within that, which I feel like you probably would like a lot more.
I liked the Wacom tablet. I don't want to say more. I think I like the iPad and the Wacom tablet just as much.
Yeah.
But one thing I don't really like about the Wacom tablet is like that you have to look at your computer screen.
Is true, yeah.
And you have to like, it's like another mouse, but you're like, I don't know. It's all right. I like it.
Yeah.
I think it's really fun, and I think it's great that we got to experience it. Like, I didn't even know those were a thing. Like,
Same here, yeah.
That's just really cool that we get to experiment with those. So.
But yeah, there is a lot of differences between the digital and analog art. Like, there's a bunch of things. Like, within digital, you can edit your things right away.
Yeah.
I feel like
that's one cool thing.
So let's also if you mess up, you can just undo real quick. Within I remember whenever we would take the Illustrator class or the drawing fundamentals class, it was when I would mess up, I would just start a whole new fresh page, and it low-key bothered me because I'd be almost done with it. Like whenever I did my drawing of my dog with the dots, oh my gosh,
that took forever.
Yeah, that took forever, and
that took forever.
But, yeah.
But another cool, like speaking on that, another cool thing that we've got to experience within this program, and that I think is very beneficial in many ways, is that we've gotten to take 2 illustration classes with a great, amazing teacher.
Yeah.
She's wonderful. She's sweet. And we actually learned a lot. And a lot of the projects that we had in that class were challenging. We had to use different medias. And I just think it was overall a great experience, because within this program you do use both hand in hand very frequently. Like I said, we do our roughs, we do our thumbnails and stuff like that. So I think it is beneficial to have both. Even though you may not be the most artistic person, it's still important to know where to shade at, where you want your highlights at and stuff like that, because that's the kind of content you're going to be putting out. So it's important to know that kind of stuff. So even though you may not be the most artistic, definitely know what you're doing.
Oh, yeah. But on the digital side, there's a lot of programs, like Adobe softwares.
Yes.
With like Photoshop, Illustrator, Fresco, and like that are not Photoshop not Photoshop, Illustrator's programs. There's like Procreate, which I haven't really used Procreate at all.
I have.
So I wouldn't know the differences between Fresco and Procreate, but I really do enjoy Fresco a lot.
Yeah. I've used Fresco. I like Fresco. And one thing that I will say, I like how Adobe programs are all interconnected almost. So you have like your cloud documents, so you can interchange in between apps. So if you want to draw something on one app like Fresco, or you want to Photoshop in something else, I think it's just really neat to have that for something like that.
So within digital, there's like not really a lot of supplies you'd have to buy. Like how I see it is, you have all your tools right there on the side.
Oh yeah, true.
And I feel like there's a lot more tools that you can use within digital, within the analog. Like, of course, you have your brushes, your like, I don't know really what do you use.
Well, besides like your startup costs, obviously, like for the apps and stuff like that, it kind of would be cheaper in the long run. But like I said, I just like the messy aspect of it. But digital art is so much easier.
That is true.
So much just like, it's just there. Everything you need is there on your tablet.
Like with the tools, you get a perfect circle, square, and
yeah,
all
literally.
That stuff.
I kind of feel like it takes the finesse out of it, just like a smidge.
That is true, yeah.
Just because, I don't know. That's just my opinion. That's how I feel. But it's very, very helpful. I will say, like, even the amount of times that I've had to use it, it saved my butt. Like, yeah, I agree. I love it. I'm before this program, I used to really not even use digital anything. Like I had a Dell laptop. Like there's nothing wrong with that, but like I wasn't tech heavy. Like I didn't do this or that. But like once I got into this program, I realized like, hey, there's some really cool stuff that this can do, and like it's definitely worth it. Definitely worth it.
Yeah.
And I think we have the best teachers ever to do that for us. Like, every tech question I've had, I'm just like, Mr. Tom, come here. SOS. He's like, yes, Baylee, what do you need? So visit our link tree at cvcc.tech/AGD and leave us a comment. Which side are you on, this or that? Do you prefer digital, or do you prefer analog, or even both? And once again, I would just like to welcome all the students. I'm Baylee, and if you have any concerns, questions, or anything like that,
come talk to us.
Ask us literally.
Questions. We're always here to help.
I love to help.
Yeah.
And if you haven't already, go check out our last week's podcast with Stephanie, Julia, and Jamie. Jamie talks about her advancement in the
Adobe competition.
Yeah, the Adobe competition. She did so well. Her project was so good. So definitely go check it out. She's so good to listen to. And don't forget, go check out our link tree at cvcc.tech/AGD and go leave us a comment, this or that. See you next week.
And as always, trust the process.